As a top ninja, this is Reizo's daily training method. If you want to reach this level, not overnight, you must start from childhood to receive the most inhumane training. Reizo was adopted at a young age by the Ninja League, where children are orphaned from all over the world. The Ninja League aims to train them to become ruthless killing machines. These ninjas can help you kill anyone as long as your employer is willing to pay a huge bounty. At dinner, the master used a knife to cut open his palm. Then the master used the blood return skill and opened his hand again when the wound was restored as before. Master said they could do the same as long as they practiced hard. To achieve the effect of sneaking, the boy walked on a special floor. Making a little noise will be chastised by the master, even if the blood is flowing. But also to continue, the entire Ninja League's only sister worried about Reizo. He would give him rub medicine whenever he was injured, which gave Reizo's young heart a little comfort. However, as a qualified killer, there should not be any feelings. You should not show mercy even if your opponent is your fellow disciple. Reizo was hit with kerosene by his senior brother because he was soft-hearted, and his head was broken and bleeding. Pity is the biggest taboo as a ninja, and the master was not pleased. A move Black Tiger Heart. Let him feel what the pain is. This kind of internal injury, usually people will not survive the next day, but the amazing skeleton Reizo survived. The master, with a keen eye, felt that he was a talent and taught him a more difficult training method. After that, Reizo had to give up one of his senses every 6 months so that his fighting instincts could be integrated into his bones and blood to cope with the changing combat environment. In the master years of hellish training, a group of good-natured children gradually become an inhumane killing machine. However, Sister, who wanted to be free, was an exception, and she always wanted to break through the shackles and go to the outside world. In a martial arts competition, she was cut on the cheek by her master because she could not bear to leave a wound on her opponent. Reizo could not bear to see her suffer because she was locked in a bamboo cage and not allowed to eat, so he quietly fed her water at night. But Sister could no longer bear such a life. She finally made a bold decision late one stormy night. Reizo tried to stop it because if Master found out, the consequences would be unthinkable. Sister confesses her love to her and hopes to escape together. Reizo, who grew up here, has never had such an idea before. Disappointed, Sister had to climb over the high fence alone. However, that night, Sister was caught and returned. In Master's eyes, running away meant betrayal. Only blood could wash away the shame. Reizo could only watch his fellow disciples execute his sister, but he could not do anything about it. At that moment, the seeds of revenge germinated in his heart. Reizo's face was more mature a few years later, also about to welcome the first task in life. The target was this strong man wearing a gold watch, and this was his first assassination mission. To increase the difficulty, the master only gave a small knife. However, the weapon is limited in killing the strong man who was hit by a knife in the neck and was successfully provoked. Both sides instantly started a fierce struggle. Reizo was once in a passive position due to the huge body disparity. He desperately stabbed again but finally completed the task. However, when he returned the gold watch, his master told him to execute the renegade woman to show his loyalty. This familiar scene reminded Reizo of his sister back then. At this moment, the anger that had been pent up in his heart for years finally exploded. From this moment on, the organization issued an order to kill him. As long as Reizo did not die, he would be hunted by ninja assassins forever, and countless ninja darts would hit his body. Fortunately, there was a river below the building, so he escaped. After that, Reizo hid in the city and never stopped training. He was waiting for a chance to destroy the Ninja League, but the organization discovered Reizo's trail. In the laundry room, a beautiful woman asks for Reizo's help, and he immediately sees that this woman is not simple. Reizo is a senior ninja second only to Master, so he is naturally stronger than his opponent. When the laundry owner arrived, he only saw the blood flowing from the washing machine. The woman's appearance means the Long Silent Ninja Alliance is back in action. They habitually send a special letter to the target before each operation. Strangely enough, there is no text inside, only a packet of black sand. No one knows what this means. However, the old tattoo artist on the side was terrified and panicked. Decades ago, he had a bloody scene that he will never forget because his heart grew on the right side, which was lucky to escape a disaster. Xian Hu rumors that as long as someone receives black sand, the recipient will be killed. As we speak, all the lights in the house instantly go out. In the darkness, the legendary ninja appeared. Before they could see what the other side looked like, They were killed en masse. The panicked gang leader hurriedly shot with a gun. Even so, they couldn't escape the fate of being killed. A gangster group was easily destroyed. The bloodshed caught the attention of aged Mika, who asked her to take over the case. She collected information on the ninja league from all over the world, and Mika's involvement drew the attention of the ninjas. One night, she also receives a letter with black sand, and the ninjas emerge from the darkness. In this crisis, a man appears and defends her from a deadly attack. The two men quickly engage in a melee, and the mysterious man is none other than Reizo. He knows that he can't destroy the Ninja Alliance by himself. Reizo needs outside help, and Mika needs more information about the ninjas. The two of them just hit it off, and Mika introduces him to the officer. When he learns Reizo's identity, he orders his men to capture him. He then arrives at a secret base, where the officer wants to use Reizo as bait and set up a net to eliminate the ninja with modern weaponry. It turns out that he was overthinking, and the ninjas are already on the move. The power suddenly went out inside the secret base, and the darkness was naturally the ninjas' home turf. The advanced equipment in the soldiers' hands is useless, and everyone is left waiting to die. Mika knew that only Reizo could deal with these ninjas now, so she took the key and opened the shackles. When they exited the cell, the soldiers outside were dead and wounded. Seeing Reizo's appearance, a group of ninjas rushed up and attacked. At the same time, Mika, in the underground garage, was also assassinated. Numerous ninjas attacked her, and she drove out of the car against all odds. Reizo's strength was undeniable, but even if he was strong, he could not resist the attack of so many ninjas. The body has been wounded in many places. Just when senior brother pulled out the knife to stab Reizo, Mika appeared in time. Inside the motel, Reizo was bruised and battered. If the ninjas come after him again, they will all die. Mika took out the locator given to him by the chief, and the SWAT team received the signal and arrived at the motel as soon as possible. However, it was too late. The ninjas had taken Reizo away first. On the way, he used his kung fu to heal his wounds, and the scars on his body healed quickly at a rate visible to the naked eye. Even the master had to admit that Reizo was the best disciple he had ever taught. Unfortunately, he betrayed the master, and tonight is the day he will die. Before the execution, the master once again performed the Black Tiger's heart out. Just then, a locator came out of Reizo's mouth. They were horrified as a large group of SWAT teams drove in with armored vehicles and broke through the door. The ninjas were caught off guard as flares lit up in the night sky. Without the shelter of the night, even the fastest ninjas could not escape the intense bullets and fell under the chaotic gunfire. Taking advantage of the confusion, Mika saved Reizo, something he still had to solve personally. Faced with the murderer of his sister, Reizo unleashed all his anger at this moment. The two sides soon came to blows, and the ninjas were no match for a tough ninja like Reizo. Reizo's kung fu was so good that the attacking ninjas died instantly on the spot between the swords and shadows. Only the strongest senior brother could make a few moves with him, but in the end, he could not escape Reizo's endless anger. After many years, Reizo stepped on this special floor again. The master was waiting for him in this room. Reizo's martial arts were taught by his master, who knew his weaknesses like the back of his hand. His transcendental spells is so amazing that Reizo is in a mess. Reizo's natural talent, after resisting the master's attack, turned around and gave him a move to the Black Tiger's heart. This time the master was completely enraged. A set of transient knife methods cut Reizo all over the body. This kind of high-level ninjutsu master has never taught any disciple. Just as he was about to finish off a traitor, a gunshot suddenly rang out, and Mika appeared just in time to interrupt his purpose. The wounded master was like a demon hiding in the darkness again. When he reappears, Mika's heart is stabbed with a knife. This heartbreaking scene was so familiar that Reizo's heart was instantly torn. He turned his grief into strength, allowing him to realize the ultimate secret of rapid body movement. The master could never have imagined that he had only performed it once in front of Reizo and let him learn the essence. In the end, he collapsed unwillingly. After the battle, Reizo carried Mika outside. He was surprised that Mika was not dead because her heart grew on the right side. Unlike normal people, looking at the high wall, Reizo climbed the fence in the footsteps of his sister and saw a view he had never seen before. If you enjoy videos like this, please subscribe to this channel to get our latest content. Thank you for watching.